Hello and welcome to the PiG Daily, episode number 99. And today is ICYFAR Tuesdays, and we're going to be doing a knife fight in a phone booth where players aren't allowed to get more than 40 workers. They've got to attack. The games are going to get chaotic, they're going to get messy. So let's dive straight on into game and take a look. Let's go. So here in map number 1, we are going to be spawning into a whirlwind and spawning down here in the bottom left hand side of the map. Our Protoss player, it is Love Me Forever. And his opponent spawning over here on the right hand side of the map. The one and only Eric from Sidestorm Gaming, it is End of Line. Eric is the team captain of the Sidestorm Gaming roster. Really cool guy. You guys can catch him over at End of Line TV on Twitch. And he's someone who's submitted some really cool replays in the past as well. So always enjoys playing the challenges and kind of just having a different way of playing the game in order to have a bit of fun. Of course, guys, I do have to announce next week's topic as chat is letting me know. I'm a bit out of it. I'm pretty sick today, but we are going to power on through. So next week's topic, guys, is they came from behind. You are only allowed to attack with counterattacks. So you're only allowed to attack them from behind, harass. You cannot fight their army front on unless they're attacking into one of your bases, in which case, of course, it's fine to engage them. It's not like you just can, you have to completely never fight their army, but you can't fight their army on the map. You can't fight their army at one of their bases, front on anyway. Obviously, if you kind of drop your whole army in their base, they come back and fight it, that's okay. But it's all about drops, harassment, counterattacks. It's about really just trying to be the most annoying sort of player you possibly can be. So that's going to be a really fun topic as well. So send in your replays for that. The information, the email for that is down below the YouTube video in the description. It's also there in Twitch chat as well if you are watching live. And it looks like Eric here, End of Line, is going to be opening up with a 3-hatch before pool into gas and pool. So opening up a little bit greedy at the start, but he's going to have to be very aggressive off this. Remember, you can't saturate 3 bases on workers, or you're going to be way above 40. So looking like he just wants to get a bit of a head start before jumping up into that knife fight. Love Me Forever on the other side. Interestingly, not walling off the ramp yet. Only now going down to wall off that natural. Is going to be chrono boosting out a Stalker first as well. Looking to maybe catch an early Overlord on the map. So End of Line's Overlord here is going to have to try and hope he doesn't get caught out in the open. Interesting to see what tech goes down. There we go, Glaives. Alright, oh well, not Glaives, but Twilight Council. So probably Adept Attack Speed, maybe DT Archon drop. Lots of different possibilities there. And of course, Love Me Forever, a bit unfortunate, has only just started, has scouted in the wrong direction twice. And is only now going to head towards the correct location. Meanwhile, Eric as well is only about to find out with this Overlord what's going on, but that Stalker is already hunting. This Stalker, oh my god. Oh, no, okay, there we go. It's got some pretty good star sense. It's going to find that Overlord. That Overlord is going to go down pretty much for sure, but I guess it's going to take a while before it dies. Eric's just going to dive to the left, and that Stalker's not going to be able to finish it off right away. It's going to need to rotate around. The Overlord's like, quick, change directions. Oh, but the Stalker doubles back. Look at this. Oh, this bait. The Overlord, he sees it, man. There we go, he sees it. And he's going to try and run, but I think it's too late. Oh, there's Zerglings here on the way. They're going to try and save it, but oh, that Overlord does go down. The Zerglings have got a little bit of a surround here. Oh, the Stalker wriggles out. Love Me Forever. Got to be pretty happy with that opening. Mothership Core here will be able to deal with these Zerglings as well. That Stalker can just run on out of there. Meanwhile, Zergling Speed is on the way for End of Line. He's got an Evo Chamber on the way as well. Losing that Overlord loses any sort of Overlord drop into the main potential, which is a real pain for him. And Adept Attack Speed, those Resonating Glaives going to be starting up here for the Protoss player as well. So Love Me Forever looks like he wants to just potentially go into a 3-gate Adept Pressure, but actually building a Sentry here. Has spotted the 3 hatcheries with that Probe Scout earlier on, but isn't going to have like a really sharp Adept timing, just a very defensive opening for now. And it looks like indeed going to continue with that, going to go and take that 3rd Nexus. Meanwhile, lots of Zerglings in that production tab. End of Line, he's up at 35 drones. He knows he can't go much higher than this. Of course, it's not replays of both players playing the challenge, guys. It's probably just Eric playing the challenge here on ladder. So I'm pretty sure the Protoss player is going to try and go a lot higher in economy, but Eric has got a Baneling Nest on the way. He's got a Spore just in case some sneaky aggression comes his way. He does have a drop Overlord, which he's going to go drop in that main base. And maybe try and break the front wall at the same time. Overlord speed has finished, so we can elevate those Zerglings very quickly. Going to come in here with these Zerglings, but those Adepts have Glaives. They are going to do really well versus these Zerglings. Overcharge at the same time as well. Also going to snap an Overlord there. Oh, that Overlord, it goes down. But Zerglings in the main base starting to run rampant. Probes going down. This pylon getting focused down as well. If those pylons go down, that's a real pain in the butt. These Zerglings up at the third, looking for some more damage. The Mothership Core still has a lot of energy though. Eric's really struggling to get the damage done. These Adepts coming back here. They keep that one important pylon alive. Has to pick up and back out for now. He is just on non-stop unit production right now. Mass Zerglings. He's adding melee. He's morphing some Banelings behind this as well. These Adepts, ooh, they don't find it. They pull back. And right now, Love Forever doesn't have any scouting information, absolutely no idea what's going on right now. And if these Zerglings and Banelings can overwhelm those Adepts, then maybe that third base can go down. But every second that goes by, Love Me Forever is getting a little bit further ahead. And spots the Ling Baneling, but is actually going to shade away. And that pylon's going to go down really fast. The Banelings come in, they take that out, canceling the warp in as well. The Zerglings start to go ham on that Nexus. Oh, these Banelings! Oh, the Adept split is pretty good there. Those Adepts take a bit of a bruising. But End of Line struggling to get the damage done right now. He does have... Oh, there we go. Okay, Baneling drop into the main. He needs to damage this economy. Right now, Protoss is on 50 probes versus the 40 drones of Zerg. He knows he just needs to keep attacking. If your shanking isn't working, shank harder. Just keep going. Oh, these probes are getting a bit choked up. He might be able to drop on those. I'm not sure. Looks like Stalker Warpin's going to come. This Overlord, it has a timer on it. It's going to try and drop in this natural. I don't know if it's going to get on those probes. It's wasting a huge amount of mining time right now. Gets, a couple of okay hits. Doesn't really kill anything though. Zerglings and probes come in, wrap around these Adepts. He's just going to try and overwhelm right now. Oh, the Baneling hits not too bad. Gets the pylon as well. It's just this one-track mind. Right now, our Protoss player, Love Me Forever, has got to be getting a bit annoyed at just how crazy aggressive End of Line is being. Loses the third base. Is still only down at 3 gateways. He's getting +1 on the way. He is starting to add some extra gateways at the front, realizing he needs more production just to get up more units in order to hang on to these bases. 3 more drop Overlords are getting ready to drop in that main base. We've got a Roach Warren on the way here for End of Line as well. He's still down at just 39 workers. He hasn't gone above that 40 count. He's transitioned workers over to his third as his main is starting to mine on out. It's starting to get a little bit chaotic for End of Line. How does he win the game from here? Okay, so it's going to be a 24 Zergling drop in that main base, and just a single Photon Cannon might not be enough to stop that. Meanwhile, a lot of these +1 melee Zerglings, they're going to get a wraparound. No, doesn't go in for that. Too many force fields there. Love Me Forever here with a mixed gateway force. Looking quite solid. Cannons going up on that third. Overcharge is going to be ready as well. He's going to need to drop that overcharge. Good overcharge on the back. Drops the second one as well. Yeah, End of Line backs out. Knows he can't fight against that. Good call. There we go. Zerglings dropping in the main base at the same time as well. Going to be wrapping around. That cannon's going to go down so fast to these +1 Zerglings. Does end up falling. The Gateway Army has to rotate up into that main base. He's going to focus down the Nexus. And I think he's going to get it if he just clicks on that. And he has clicked on it. Yeah, that Nexus is going down for sure. The Stalker's actually trying to focus down the Overlord from retreating, but... Oh, the force fields! Oh my god, clutch force fields from Love Me Forever. Saves that Nexus. These Zerglings going to run into that natural, try and catch some more probes. Everything is in chaos right now for Love Me Forever. Oh, wow, nice hold position. So many probes going down, the units are ignoring it! Oh, because they're distracted by the huge attack up on the third again. There's still 2 cannons up here. These Zerglings are getting destroyed pretty hard. But these Zerglings in the natural just killed 20 probes. And our Protoss player's economy advantage just keeps disappearing. He's only really mining off 1 base right now. Finally, getting probes back into the main. He's desperately trying to stop these Zerglings from killing this hatchery. Looks like he will manage to keep it alive on 152 hit points. And it looks like End of Line's attack has been stopped in its tracks once more. Trying to build roaches and roach speed right now. Mixing up his army comp a little bit. Love Me Forever says, I've had enough. I'm going to push across the map and just try to punch you in the face. But I think roaches will be decent at holding this. He hasn't scouted it yet, so he's actually going to go drop 8 of those roaches in the main base. This force is not fantastic against roaches, though. Just some Adept Stalkers and a few sentries. If End of Line fights on creep especially, he'll be in a good spot to hold this. There's only about 3 or 4 force fields in there. Ooh, I think Love Me Forever realizes that he might be overextending here. He's got the Mothership Core there, ready to recall this force if he needs to. He's going to shade into that third base. And he commits. He goes for it. Shades into the third. End of line needs to come down and engage this now. The Zerglings get the wraparound. One sentry goes down. Oh, all the sentries are falling. These Adepts doing some good damage to the drone line at the same time. But right now, Roaches are unloading that main base. 8 Roaches going to do decently, but a big Adept warp in actually going to be looking pretty good. The Roaches are just going to focus on that Nexus. It's going to go down. It does fall. Nice engagement by those Roaches. These +1 melee Zerglings and these Roaches cleaning up most of these Adepts. A few of them trying to shade into that natural, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Roaches in the main are finally being cleaned up. This is exactly what I was hoping for with this challenge. Just games that are so messy and ridiculous. End of line's down to 30 drones after that, but he does have a 4th base. He can rebuild some of those drones. Meanwhile, the main base Nexus of Love Me Forever is only just rebuilding now. That is a ridiculous sentry count. What the hell? 9 sentries for Love Me Forever. Not trusting in the strength of Adept Stalker, instead really focusing on force fields here. Trying desperately to get a double robo up on the third to deal with these Roaches. These Roach speed Roaches with +1 attack actually looking very scary. Love Me Forever doesn't have a lot of damage output in this army. Oh no, losing a lot of damage here. Using those force fields really defensively. Not really surrounding many units. Finally gets a donut there, but almost all the energy's gone. Just to get a few Roaches, and there's so much left here. End of line being patient, not going into this little cannon fortification up here, which has really stopped him in his tracks earlier on. Oh, Banelings! 2 Speed Banes roll in, all the sentries taking massive damage. And it looks like Love Me Forever has had enough. There was a drop in the main base as well. Another double Zergling drop came in there. Was ripping apart the probe lines, and GG, Love Me Forever had enough. And what a good GM level game to start off the day. That was pretty sick. Hey, I'm Spooker. No worries, mate. I just turned my notifications off for Twitch alerts during the show so that it doesn't have pop-ups popping up, as that's more for the Twitch audience. And I try to make sure the VODs are quite YouTube friendly. I turn everything on, and we'll be giving some big thanks as soon as the show's over. I do really appreciate any hosts and tips and subs and stuff, and I will be giving you guys massive shout outs as soon as the show finishes. So for anyone just joining us, we are going to be going into game number 2 of... Okay, there we go, cool. Game number 2 of Knife Fight in a phone booth, ICYFAR. The challenge is you are not allowed to have more than 40 workers. A fantastic game in that last one from End of Line. Eon Blue gives us the clarification in chat. He says, you got to remember that's NA GM level. Of course, the EU elitists are always out in full force, just stroking themselves in public as they love to do. Nonetheless, spawning up here in the top right-hand side of the map, the creature that can carry 10 times its own weight. It is Ant. Of course, it's kind of funny that the Protoss' name is Ant when he is actually playing up against a Zerg in the bottom left-hand side. The much more ant-like race. It is Chakra. Nice early probe scout. We'll be coming across this map. Will it be early enough to block the hatch, though? I don't think so. That probe came across just a little bit late, and nice fast hatchery here for Chakra. Gets that hatchery down unmolested. And it looks like Ant going to be going for a Nexus first on the low ground. Ooh, nice economic opening from our Protoss player. Of course, I'm not sure who submitted the replay from this game, so we'll find out as we go by seeing who just doesn't go above 40 workers the entire game. Who just attacks constantly and just goes completely YOLO like in that last one. I'm Spooker, his sub. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate that. If I do notice the subs and stuff during the start of the game, I will give a shout out. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, mate. I do like to host some of the smaller channels and the different channels because I know how much of a difference that makes. It was the same for me when I didn't have as many viewers. If I got a host from a big channel, it was really help with the growth of the stream. So Ant gonna hide his probe over here. Interesting. Chakra's Overlord's gonna rotate to the right a little bit. Gonna see him there. Oh. Ooh. Okay, what is this? What is this? What are you up to? Is he going to build a cannon there? No. Okay, that's something you can do sometimes. You did have a forge at home. So Ant here with some dirty plans. He's got this kind of funky wall going on as well. This like angled entrance. And he's hiding a probe in the main base as well. And Chakra's like, no. I see this, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ant? Ant is up to some naughty, naughty shit, man. He's got a dirty plan. Looks like the Zerglings are going to find that this one's going to get shut down. Who knows though, Chakra might be panicking a little bit, just super distracted by the fact that his opponent's already doing that. Interestingly, an Evo Chamber's already done, and we do have an Overlord in a great drop position, so we might actually be seeing a slow Zergling elevator? Skipping Zergling speed into Lair? What? Chakra is bringing out the weird builds. Getting +1 range? What is this? This is going to be so cool. I have no idea what I'm seeing right now. So it looks like we're just going to see like the fastest possible like Roach attack maybe. Maybe fastest possible like Hydra Bust. We're going to have to see how that works. Zealot is coming out here. No tech down for Ant just yet. Starting to bank up a fair amount of gas. We're going to find out soon if he goes for maybe a Stargate or something like that. Meanwhile, that layer is already almost finished at just past 3 minutes. That is intense. That is some super fast tech. Really good droning going on behind the early tech. This is a bare bones opening from Chakra. Like 0 defense, no Zergling speed, no Roach Horn. Just teching as hard as possible. So I'm very curious to see exactly what tech we're going to see. Is it going to be a Spire maybe actually? No, Infestation Pit. Awesome. Alright, I see what we're seeing. This is going to be a Swarm Host rush. There's going to be like 5-6 Swarm Hosts rushed out super early, and they can either throw Locusts from here into that natural mineral line, or from down here into that main base and production. You can even throw it from there and actually gets into the main mineral line reasonably quickly. So this is a really funky build from Chakra. Meanwhile, Ant is just going for Robotics and a Twilight. Going to be adding the gases on the natural as well, so going to be going for just a very defensive opening. Going to be adding +1 weapons on the forge, all that sort of stuff. Swarm Host production is beginning here. Chakra, the man with a plan. 5 Swarm Hosts on the way. That +1 weapons is going to be ready for this as well. This is sick. It's probably just going to mass Swarm Hosts to just keep shoving Locusts down Ant's throat. It's going to be awesome. We've got a couple more gateways going down in the main base. That'll bring it up to 4 gateways. A Warp Prism is on the way. Just drones and Swarm Hosts, as well as a 3rd base going down here for Chakra. Still no Roach Warren. Still no Zergling Speed. Still no Hydroden. So Chakra is going to be able to put on aggression so hard, so fast. But is literally going to have nothing to defend a potential counterattack except Swarm Hosts. So if Ant can put on some aggression with that Warp Prism, like Chakra's really going to struggle. With no Zergling Speed, like he's building melee and a Baneling Nest, but he still doesn't have Zergling Speed. So it's like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, man. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Chakra, he's going to just get in Ant's face before Ant even gets a chance to leave the base with that Warp Prism. And here we go. It's Locust time. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Locusts. Okay, throw those eggs off your back, Swarm Mummers. Come on. You know you want to. Let's go. Let's do it. Well, come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right. Those eggs turn into a batch of flying locusts, launching their way across the map. At the same time, some Adepts are moving out across the map with a Warp Prism. But here we go. Swarmos dive on that Nexus, and he's going for the Nexus snipe. Not going for the probes, not going for the tech. And uh-oh, the Locust damage is insane. Goodbye, main base Nexus. Take about 12 probes on the way out as well in that last moment of DPS. Insane damage there. But, uh-oh, the Swarm Hosts are in the open. The Adepts are going to try and get on top of them. Warp Prism warping in some more Stalkers. These Swarm Hosts have to run home. Remember, there's going to be +1 melee Zergling soon, but they're not going to have Zergling speed. How does he fight these units? The Swarm Host cooldown is still... Oh, it's actually getting pretty close. They're almost ready to throw another wave of Locusts. But it looks like he's going across the map with them. Meanwhile, the armies are crossing paths. Ant knows he needs to attack. He can't just sit back and get wrecked by Locusts slowly. So he's going to keep attacking here. But what do we have at home for Chakra to defend? A big ball of Slowlings, a couple of Banelings. Zergling speeds just started. Swarm Hosts are rotating in. They want to throw in another wave of Locusts from that spot I was talking about behind the natural mineral line. And uh-oh, Ant's diving on the 3rd base. Adepts and Stalkers are here. A nice safety time warp going to go in there. Oh no, the Locusts! He didn't manually control the Locusts and they all waste themselves on that single probe and pile. And you got to be really careful if you ever launch Locusts next to an enemy unit. They'll just derp onto that single unit. But it looks like they might take a gateway with them. At least get something for their troubles. And they do indeed do that. Meanwhile, the recall has happened at home. Ant has brought his army home. And both players are reset to 2 base, but there is a 10 worker lead. Well, actually, it's only 1 base because Ant did lose the Nexus. So Ant is down 10 workers and down a mining base. Has an Observer now trying to scout where those Swarm Hosts are. Those Swarm Hosts are going to come back up, but this time the Observer will see them. Uh-oh, Ant's going to see them. He's going to rotate back. He's going to try and catch those Swarm Hosts for sure, but I think they're going to have time to launch those Locusts into the mineral line first. Here we go. Oh, they're going to get trapped. They're going to get trapped. Ah! Oh, Chakra, no. All your Swarm Hosts. Oh, no. Oh, okay, the Locusts do launch. They do try to engage it. No, they're move commanding. The Locusts are move commanding. Chakra, what are you doing? Fight! You've got to fight, buddy. No. These Locusts are just clicking on a cannon or something? Oh, no. All the Swarm Hosts are going to go down. Every single one. Clicked on the Nexus with those Locusts. Oh, no. Big mistake there. Could have killed a lot of that army with that many Locusts. But now this is a scary Gateway Immortal Force coming across the map. He's got a lot of Ling Bane. Does have Baneling speed. Does have +1 melee. Oh, man. The move command. Ant with the move command. Oh, wasn't on a move. The Ling Bane wraps around. Shreks those units of Ant. Remember, no Resonating Glaives, no Zealots in the mix, nothing to deal with those Zerglings. The Banelings, of course, being super effective as well. And it looks like Chakra has just crushed Ant with this 6 Swarm Host rush. Has a Spire on the way behind this, ready for a potential Mutalisk swap. Has almost got his 3rd base back up as well. And it looks like Chakra here, stopping south of that 40 drone count, has managed to make a very creative and somewhat ridiculous build work. This is awesome. Banelings are coming through on the right-hand side. Nice force fields, but there's almost no damage behind it. The Cyber Core goes down, the Banelings roll on in. He's just clicking on the Nexus there with the Banelings, and he takes the win. GG, well played. Chakra with the old 2-minute lair, straight into Swarmo, skip Zergling speed. A very cute way to play. Not bad at all. And oh, guys, the next replay is going to be from one of our regular replay submitters. It is going to be from Dark Minions. Let's dive